No lie, like I've been following your work for some time now, and what I love about your work is that not only do you actually put Africa on the map, but you also are inclusive and bringing your people to your work. Like, what made you actually want to be like, listen, I'm gonna be the person who's gonna bring all my brothers and sisters and be a part of Udaki, not just rising alone? What made you want to do that?
Wow. I'm glad you noticed that, because it's actually one of our values and pillars within the brand. So we've done an extensive exercise within the brand to try and identify what pillars and what values drive the brand. And inclusivity is one of our underarching values of the brand.
Yes.
So every decision that we make is driven by those values, and inclusivity happens to be one of them. So that is the reason, really.
I love that. And speaking of, you mentioned one thing. There's a guy here from Tembisa. Hey, I love how you're bringing not just, but you're bringing the whole of Africa. And you mentioned that your work is actually noticed everywhere, and the UK and like around the world, basically.
Yeah.
And you're able to tell your story. And how important was it to actually be like, listen, I want people across the globe to actually, learn and hear the story of a lot of Africans. Like, what made you want to be like, listen, I'm gonna tell a story my way, and the world is just gonna listen?
Actually, I don't think I'm telling my story.
Yes.
I feel like I'm telling our story.
Ooh,
right?
I love that.
Because everything and every garment that we produce, campaign that we're on, is someone else's story. It's some Udaki story, right? An African story from a certain background or a certain upbringing or a certain part of their life that they're in now.
Yeah.
So those are the stories that we're telling through garments and through our visual work and through our artistic work. So it becomes easier for us to create. I think we are fortunate enough. I don't think a lot of brands globally are privileged, such as ourselves, to have an infinite amount of stories to tell. So that's where really the inspiration comes from. We're not telling my story, Sarah Mongezi, or part of our team. We're telling everyone's story, my story, your story, and the next African story.
No, I love that. Which I think that is why, when you look at your clothes, and when people are actually wearing it, there's people feel something. Was that an intention to be like, listen, when you are wearing Udaki clothes, feel something, feel everybody's story, feel everybody's cries, sadness, tears, joy, everything? Was that a thing that you intended to do, or it was just intention?
Why do I feel like you spoke to our team members before this interview? Because the questions are just so on point. Speaking of that, so in terms of making sure that we kind of communicate that sense of pride and identity within our products. When someone buys any of our products, really, it stemmed back to how the brand started. We're still rooted to how and why the brand started, right? And I'll tell you a quick story. So when I was starting out, I started with one single T-shirt, right?
Wow.
And after I was selling about 15 or 20 of those T-shirts, I did a survey on the customers to say, actually, guys, why did you buy this T-shirt? Because I wanted to know, because I kind of didn't understand. Well, the T-shirt was good, right? But there had to be more than that. So upon doing that survey, a lot of people expressed a lot of pride, a lot of identity, a lot of representation.
Yes.
So all those values are what makes the brand to be what it is, even today. We do not design for the sake of designing. We've had better designs that don't align to those values, and we had to pull them back, right? So we make sure that we remain stuck on the lane and the ethos of the brand.
Oh, I love that. Speaking of, you had better designs, designs that were crazy, insane, creative, but you had to pull them back. what was that moment? Because like for you, you mentioned one thing that everything that you guys do, it's there's a purpose for it. It has to, be a part of Africa, be a part of someone else's story. So how important is it to actually be like, listen, no matter how good it is, but if it's not invoking emotion or telling a story, but it's not gonna make it.
It's crucial.
Yeah.
It's crucial. In fact, I can even go as far as that it's a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Because that's what makes. There are plenty. Of brands locally and internationally.
Yes.
That customers can go for.
Oh, true.
So we don't want to compete on aesthetic only. We need to start with the ground level stuff, and that's what makes the product to be the product. Then we finish off with aesthetics and the looks and the colors and how to style the product. But what underpins the actual design and creativity process are those values that I mentioned earlier.
I love that. Like speaking of creativity and stuff. So like in a day of a life of Umongezi, how do you actually get your creative juices bouncing up?
Man, a lot of ideas just hit me, eh?
Yeah.
Whether driving, or
Yes.
just having lunch. I'm blessed enough
Yeah, I love
to have that skill. I don't really brainstorm much and sit
Yes.
around and crack my head. Most ideas just come to me, and then I bounce them around to the team to say, can
Yes.
we work on this concept? And again, it's not as rosy as people may think, right?
True.
Not everything can translate from an idea to a fully fledged marketable product. Some just don't make it out, They end at sample stage. But yeah, that's pretty much it. A lot of ideas just hit me when I least expect it, actually.
Okay, I love that. So like speaking of, like, we're here at an event where we are actually showcasing your work, which is brilliant, by the way. So what can the people expect?
Jeez, am I even allowed? We actually just dropped this piece here at the top that you're
Yes.
seeing in collaboration with an upcoming fine artist called by the name Teboho Sihomane,
Yes.
who hails from my township as well, Tembisa. Shout out to the 163030. So this is one of the products that we're launching over and above the autumn winter range that
Yes.
we've showcased already.
Yeah.
But this was the whole main event today, to just give the artist the platform and his product. In terms of the future, I can't really delve much.
Yes.
But watch the space in terms of us, having a more national footprint.
Yes.
And we might be doing some work with an international artist.
Ooh! Okay.
We got it here first. So.
Yes, we got it here on Chilling with Kwaksy. Oh my. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me and us.
Period.